Tidal Wave. Tidal Wave is actually pretty decent spell, which doesn't get used enough because it's a high level.
Tidal Wave.
Tidal Wave.
I think many of the high level spells are not used enough, to be honest.
First of all, it should be called Tsunami.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and listen,
Fuck Tidal
listen,
Wave.
if one of you ever gets to use it, like I'm gonna change the name to Tsunami. Obviously, like, Tsunami is. Tidal Wave sounds like a Mountain Dew kind of thing, you know?
Yeah,
like come
Tidal
on.
Wave,
Like some fat guy eating Doritos is like, hey, I'm drinking my Tidal Wave as well.
Nah.
Tsunami.
We
is
can't
what
use
it
this
is.
part.
I'm gonna leave it there.
We gotta cut.
Why? Because we said like a fat greasy dude, like it's a stereotype. Come on. Most of them play World of Warcraft. I play World of Warcraft. It's my people.
Actually,
it's my people.
the name of the spell is Tidal Wave, but we do not care. It's a fun spell. It doesn't do nearly enough damage for how high level. I think it's 6th level or 6th level spell. I think. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's cool because it pushes people's back. And it's like it's an actual tsunami. Like it's an actual tidal wave. Like it's a long line of water.
Yeah, of course. Fun story. Once I had to readapt it to a particular character, like one of the homebrew warlock subclass that I did for one of my old players, and I kind of restructured it to be like a tsunami of souls, kind of, rather than just water. It was quite an interesting one. And I think it caused like frightening instead of like pushing back.
Okay.
It was like this whole thing.
I think that's cool. Like you just
A wave of the dead, kind of, yeah.
You just gave me a terrible idea, which is to do subclass of any class, but warlock comes to mind immediately. Inspired by the river Styx.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
The stuff that it does, like all the spells, like they have like imagine like if you could modify the spell, like Tidal Wave, for example, would do like psychic damage, and then frightened or something like that. I think that would be.
There should be like
maybe sorcerer that could modify, with meta magic.
Could also be like a fighter. Because it has a big sticks. Hello everyone, welcome to session 1.
Fucking hell. Jesus.
I have been waiting to do that. Hello everyone, welcome back to our podcast.
Welcome. I'm
He's
shocked.
exhausted.
I'm in
Kurt.
shock.
I'm Kurt, he's exhausted.
Yes, I am Pepe, and I am exhausted also. Welcome to episode 18. Ladies and gentlemen,
18,
we made it 18 episodes. We are now of age.
Yeah, we made it so
anymore.
far, and all I can think of is that Matthew McConaughey meme with like
the
cigarette, like
yes, or
the Ben Affleck one, like
the Ben Affleck one with the hands in his pocket. Or like even the Robert Downey Jr. that just rolls his eyes.
Oh my god, yeah.
Okay, what other meme we can throw in?
Tell us.
Tell us which other meme you feel us to be. I sometimes I feel like the DiCaprio one, like.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, the whistling one.
I don't know if.
And we probably destroyed the eardrums of all the
like,
headphones.
we destroyed.
People,
first of all, Jade's eardrums. Hi, Jade.
Hello.
She's still trying to be upbeat, even though she's exhausted with us.
No, but also she hates us because we say these kind of things. Like, because he has a stick.
No, but also she has to listen to it. She has to listen to it. Like literally, she has to. She cannot not listen to it.
We are literally into her brain right now. But yes.
Yeah, speaking of brains and the lack of ones, we don't have a brain anymore.
Don't have a brain.
Sorry, as you can tell, we're exhausted. First and foremost, we're recording this episode on the day after episode 3 of the Ringland Chronicles, which will go live next week for you guys.
Yes.
For us, it's going to be quite
Great
a
episode.
But yeah, did you like it? You had fun?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the shit out of it.
I'm glad.
Also because I could enjoy it from a backseat.
Yeah.
In the sense that this is one of the rare occasions in which my character wants to talk to everybody and wants to, charm everybody and be, you know, in the center of attention, blah blah. He's like, this is kinda not my thing. Like, you guys go, you guys handle this.
Yeah.
Like, I take a little bit of a back seat and it was not obviously not the entire episode, but like the core. I would say that the most important part of the episode, Defiance could take a step back and say, I don't think this is my moment to talk.
Yeah.
I think this is your moment to go and talk, which I enjoyed very much because I think everyone was very, very much invested in what happened in episode 3. I think everyone else had their moment to shine and to live through the very touching stuff that has happened in episode 3, because there was some moral
some
choices.
Emotional stuff as
some
well.
Emotional stuff.
I was very happy to see 3 of the 4 players getting theory, not because obviously like it wasn't a moment. I know obviously we're not gonna spoil anything. It wasn't a moment of like, haha, I made you cry kind of thing. It was a very deep, like, solemn and emotional moment, which I think even Jade teared up. I was tearing up, to be honest, like even myself.
I think it was a
very, like,
it was a very good episode. I liked the episode
like,
in general.
Poignant is, I think, is the word.
Yes, poignant. It was a poignant moment. Yes. Towards the end of the episode, there is a very core memory.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be one of those moments that we are going to look back and say, oh wow, you remember that thing? That thing was something.
So for you guys, it's gonna be about 3 weeks from now. So it's gonna be about 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, something like that. Because obviously next week is gonna be episode 1, 2, and then 3 obviously is gonna be a weekly release.
In a few weeks you will see that.
And also another thing that kind of I wanted.
You can see it a little bit earlier if
you're a patron.
If you're a patron.
Yes.
If you're a patron on the Mega Geek and
Epic. No, wait, actually from the Super Geek and higher.
I don't know stuff. I don't work here.
He just sits there and looks pretty.
Exactly.
So from the Super Geek upwards, you're gonna have early access to our campaign episodes,
to the episodes
by a couple of days.
And you can also have access to our short rest, which is our little.
That's for our Mega Geeks and up then, like behind the scenes.
Yes, I told
short
you I don't
rest.
work here. I told you I don't work here. I don't know stuff.
He's a consultant.
I'm just an intern. I'm just an intern.
Yeah. So the short rest, which is like the short episode that we do literally after the campaign stops.
Yeah.
Just talk about like that episode of the campaign. Just to decompress a little bit, unwind, kind of help us get back into our
we're
daily mundane lives.
In the hot seat.
Yes.
As soon as the episode ends, we immediately get our reactions as players, DMs, opinions of how things went, and blah blah. So it's pretty cool.
However, best short rest is always going to be the first one.
The first one is insane. The first one.
You're gonna see it next week.
I want everyone to go and watch it, please, because Bernard. Top Bernard moment.
But so we're going to start the campaign next week. Obviously, we have a very special guest lined up today. Was the last player that we need to reveal.
Yes.
You've seen her obviously in the campaign reveal, but we're gonna have Tanya with us.
You can see there is an invisible mantle here that is covering her. She's not visible yet, but she will appear in just a moment.
Yeah. I honestly just want to get into the episode now because I think we've got quite a lot of things to talk about.
Yes.
I don't know, do we have any particular announcements today other than campaign next week?
Well, other than
the biggest crowning project that we've been working on for a year.
For almost a year.
Actually, I think, I don't know whether we've said this before by now, but the campaign is why we restarted the Epigeeks. The podcast came after.
Technically the podcast came before.
In terms of premieres.
Exactly. Like it came before in the sense that it was already part of our previous Epigeeks project in a different form. Like when it was session 0. Then it became session 1. But obviously we relaunched the podcast because we wanted to start the actual campaign, and we said before we start the campaign we need time to
build up an audience,
get to know the cast in a meaningful way, and start getting ourselves out there for the audience to know us and to want to join the campaign. We said we don't want to join the campaign like this. So we want to build a little bit of trust from your side, showing you, first of all, our incredible talent in talking about everything and nothing at the same time.
Yeah, it's about, having a topic in mind and then talking about everything except that topic.
Everything else, which is something that you will see in this episode. Probably you saw it in the previous episodes. You will see with the players, without players, with guests, without guests.
It's a constant. It's a constant.
It's just Pep and Kurt.
So yeah.
So
consistency throughout this whole thing.
exactly.
Yeah, you know how they say like the only constant thing is change. For the only consistent thing is
ADHD. Is ADHD. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ADHD podcast.
Also known as Session 1. Roll it.
Roll it.
Now that you mention it, actually, I do have a backup character. It just dawned to me.
Nice. Should we say just which are our backup characters?
Technically, his story is already done. It's like an old character of mine that I think you've seen it, like the elf boy that I used to play on TikTok.
Oh yeah,
Yes!
oh yeah, that's
He's
cool.
a ranger. I
Elf
never
boy.
got to play him. Like I have like the character sheet and the story and everything.
I
It's
mean,
just,
listen, so the Ringland Chronicles, let's go. I mean, we really haven't titled it as much, but this is technically season 1. There will be many seasons in the future, hopefully,
so I need to make multiple. You're telling me? Okay,
Listen,
that's
if you
fine.
want to.
Listen.
It's gonna go on forever.
I'm gonna be very clear. We need to get. I don't know if with this character or another character, we need to get to level 20.
Yes, yeah, that is the intention.
I have to choose which god I want to ascend to.
Yes.
But yeah,
chaos.
we started off as if we're doing the cold open already.
Yeah, exactly.
But, but hello everyone and welcome back. We have our amazing guest by now. You've realized, Tanya.
Hello. I'm gonna send hearts because that's usually what I do in the campaign. I just hello.
You also are extremely autistic on the campaign.
Oh my god. Wait, me or my character?
I don't
Because
know
I
if
would
you're
say.
allowed.
Listen,
You're allowed to
okay.
say that, listen.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like when I'm referring to you in the campaign context,
it's
it
your
refers to your
character.
character.
Yes, oh my god, dear Lugii. She's children. I would like to say child of the stars, but that's Bernard.
Yeah, that's
Bernard.
That's poor
Bernard.
Gil.
Stores.
Stars.
Such a star.
But yeah, Lugii is such a character.
Say it.
She?
Yeah.
She?
Yeah.
She, her?
I mean, yeah.
She, her? Okay,
I don't
I
think
don't
she
know.
understands the concept of
I don't want to assume, so I ask.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good of you to do. But also,
No,
like, it could
always.
be from. I think Lugii is, without spoiling anything, could be from a context or background which basically has no need for such identification. let's put it that
Exactly.
way.
Lugii might be
exactly.
Might be it.
Might be it.
You will float too. No, honestly, I feel like Lugii is such a, I would say different character, but in reality she's really not. It's just that she doesn't know how to portray herself in the first place. And that's why I feel like I chose her as a character. It's challenging. It's very challenging to portray yourself as someone who's uncomfortable with themselves without making it look cringe.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
So starting
Which
off.
I think it's fine in a way.
Yeah.
In the sense of, that's a struggle that a lot of people goes through.
Yeah.
I think you are representing a number of people, a number of individuals.
True.
And I think Lugii, what we've seen so far of Lugii, because by the time we are recording this, we have recorded 3 episodes.
Yeah. Already.
So yeah, as of today,
As of
yes.
today.
As of our recording,
as of the
yes.
airing of these,
As of the airing, I
probably
think-
5
I think we would have
episodes.
finished Arc 1 recording.
Already.
So 6 episodes.
Actually, 6 or 7 episodes, depending
Okay,
on whether we
okay,
manage to do
okay.
one or that we were going to
Nice.
lose.
Nice.
Yeah.
But what we have seen so far of Lugii, I think she is a hell of a character in the sense of
She's something.
yeah, she's
Okay, let us start first and foremost, because obviously for
today
our
we started upside down.
yes,
We started from the end of the episode.
so
'Cause
basically
we started as if it was the cold open,
yeah,
like a second cold open with
a second.
Oh my god, I'm still in the campaign. We didn't finish.
No, basically, I think this episode is going to air just the week before we actually
Yes.
premiere the campaign.
Indeed.
Excited.
So, you know,
We are
Tanya is
very
playing
very close.
a character called Lugii.
Yes, so
And
Tanya
that is the context.
The fourth and last but
Final,
not
yeah.
least, the final character of the campaign, after introducing Bernard and Porge, after introducing Michelle
And
as
Reyna.
Reyna, now we are introducing Lugii. So, can you tell us something about Lugii? Like, who is she, what she is, what she does, what she loves, what's her favorite color?
What she looks like.
Does she like strains?
So, so
For sure she likes strains.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs?
sharks.
What's her favorite
What's
dinosaur?
your flavor of neurodivergency? So here's the thing. I would like to say first of all that I chose to play a character such as Lugii is because I wanted to come out of my comfort zone. So I've been playing tabletop RPGs and D&D for quite a while. I would say like 10-year-ish, even though I was playing video games when I was a kid. Unknowingly, it was called RPG. It was just I can build my character. So I don't consider myself a big expert, but I have an idea of what it comes to build your character and start to understand like their lore and their background and their motives. So I tested a lot of different classes and kind of like backgrounds. To the point where I said, you know what, I feel like I really want to try something completely different. And Lugii was born. So I chose Artificer because I never looked into the class. I knew about it. I knew it was very, how can I say, crafty in a sense that it gives you the possibility
It's
to kind of...
decrafting.
Basically, it's like
class,
the one with like tinkering tools and everything. So I said, okay, I never looked into something like this. Let's give it a try.
And actually, sorry if I interrupt you, but
Yeah.
in honor of the Artificer of our campaign, I saw that you put
Yeah.
a Baron Forge of the Artificer special cover out there.
I had to.
Just on top
Amazing.
of Tanya.
Beautiful.
That is the latest addition to the...
Yeah, the latest
to the
addition to the
library.
collection. I'm still missing one alternate cover, which is the obelisk one of Fandelver.
Aha, okay.
The new one.
Fandelver and below the Shattered Obelisk.
That's the one. That's
Yes.
5.5. So
That's on the edge. That's
on the edge. Yeah, but anyway, it's one of the latest ones. But 5.5, technically, I have all of them. Alternate covers.
Just to add to the obsession.
Yes, so basically I'm collecting all of the alternate covers for the 5.5. So by the time the whole collection comes out, eventually I'm obviously going to be living in a cardboard box in the corner of the street.
Exactly. But he will have all the
but I will have all the books.
special...
But you're gonna be happy with your trinkets, so that's important. I stand. So yeah, going back to like the Artificer.
So you're an Artificer.
Yes, and I never played it. I don't even know what I'm doing. I have to be completely honest. I'm figuring it out.
you know what you know pretty
I know
much
a
what
good
you're
basic
doing.
as a basic player, but then it's like starting to explore more of the possibilities
Yeah.
and what I can come up with is another thing. So that's one. And then I said I want to play a character that is literally, I would say, on the spectrum, but it's really like on a spectrum of emotion that she cannot understand. So I literally said I want her to be awkward because she is awkward
Yeah.
with herself. She does not understand her nature in the first place. She's very out of place even as looks. She's very tall, very lanky, very like, even her posture doesn't seem something that she's comfortable in. She stumbles now and then. Her like face is covered with this very long hair, with these strands falling down, but then she's like filled with all these trinkets, these vials, these big gloves, these goggles. It's like she's just weird.
And she's a very big lady. She's a very big,
She's
tall,
very tall.
she's
the
tall
tallest.
lady.
She's the tallest miniature of all
She's the
four.
tallest
So
miniature.
technically, when I was doing it on Hero Forge, I didn't go all the way up with the lever, I didn't go all the way up. So I could have been even taller, but just saying.
Because our characters are the tallest characters.
Yes.
of the 4.
Yeah.
But my character is cheating because he's wearing heels.
Heels and
No,
horns.
no, no.
And
Listen,
horns
it's
as
not
well.
cheating because you need to feel tall in order to wear, heels. You have to have a sort of,
Yeah.
Presence.
yes.
But yes, I mean, so you chose the Artificer, and I think we have to know that the Artificer is not one of the most difficult classes to play, but like in game, it can feel very overwhelming because the possibility to create anything
Yeah.
is an overwhelming prospect.
Exactly.
Like, you have your plans and you create your magical items, that sort of thing. But even just selecting your first 4 magical items, it takes ages.
Like every time we start a campaign, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, how I'm going to fuck up everyone and fuck myself, but maybe save the situation. Because it goes both ways.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like I take a long time, even
Yeah.
when we are in combat. I just dare like, am I going to fuck up this? Am I overthinking this? Should I do just a rope and leave?
yeah, I mean,
I think you actually I think you're playing it pretty well in the
Yes,
sense
I agree.
that
Thank you.
that you have been making meaningful choices both with spells and items.
Thank you.
You wanted to role play certain aspect of the character which we're not gonna
Obviously.
spoil yet. But I think you've been doing pretty well I mean you've been doing incredible in role playing.
Thank you.
But using the class to tell the kind of peculiarities that your character has, I think so far you have done a very 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 good job.
And it's thanks to the party that it's supporting me because I feel like, we're starting to give the right space for everyone to kind of portray their characters and their nuances. So,
I think in episode 3
that was
the
that was
best
something,
role play
yeah.
we had.
That was something.
Even though I think episode 3 was probably one of the most chaotic episodes that we have shot so
Yeah.
far, because a lot of things went
lot of
on
things
and
happened.
there was like a lot of changes of scenarios and like very important stuff happening and other stuff, like discovering other stuff in the background. So it has been a lot of episode 3. It has been a lot.
I feel like it was the episode that felt more real in the whole world of Yukabai. That's when I felt like, okay, I'm here. I am there. It was amazing.
And also because I think we are obviously going a little bit deeper now into the story. Meanwhile, in the beginning was just starting. Now episode 3 we are launched kind of.
Kind of like
And-
pushed into the action otherwise.
Yes, more than launched. Yeah, we were like literally thrown into the action.
into the action.
And I think because we are starting wearing our characters more often, I think we're getting more into the character and it's showing in the way that we are role playing between each other.
I agree.
Even with NPCs, but I think between each other there has been a couple of issues already on that side of the table.
Don't look at me.
No, and there has been a very very nice, very lovely moment between our characters in the last episode.
That was like so unexpected, but like
Yes.
it made so much sense because in Lugi's mind, it's like I don't understand why usually people base their judgment. First of all, why do they have a judgment?
Yeah.
She doesn't understand that. Second, why do you base it on looks? So to her, Defiance is not something scary. If anything, it's just something to be studied, not dissected in a way. But you know what I mean?
No, which is still an interesting thoughts on itself. But
Yeah.
obviously I love how I think almost unexpectedly Michelle is portraying the perfect
Yes.
inhabitant of Trintar. Like the behavior that she had towards Defiance has been perfectly the description of how usually people in Trintar treats Defiance. And I think people in general in all Yukabai probably.
In a way, yes. I mean, we've talked about this before. It's not like your kind of character is... It's rare, obviously.
Yes.
It's potentially one of a kind, but we don't know that yet. But there are also a lot of kind of peculiar things around the continent. There's a lot of like one-offs around the continent. So like within the context of that specific species, yes, but also within the context of like variety, it's still fits within the narrative. I don't want to get bogged down a lot into the discussion of obviously what goes on in the campaign because of people watching this do not have any context just yet, even though we're dying to share. So, wait, after June, you're going to hear all about it.
Yes, actually, from when this one airs, will be like a week, a week or so.
Yeah, from the next episode,
Yes.
you're going to hear all about the campaign.
You're gonna hear everything about this. But so we were talking about Lugii,
Yes.
and we were saying she's an artificer. What kind of artificer?
She is.
Because we started the campaign at level 3.
True.
So
yes.
you got your subclass.
Yes.
What kind of artificer are you?
She is based in alchemy, so she's an alchemist. So
Yeah,
she brews potions.
That's an interesting one. When we did our review of the new Artificer class, Alchemist was immediately one of my favorite. Not then the Cartographer, but the Alchemist one was one of my favorites. But I think we can safely say here, and without spoiling anything really, the Alchemist was one of 3 possibilities, correct?
I cannot share yet the thought process behind me
Yeah.
creating this character yet. But let's just say that it could have been that she was into making constructs. It's like
No, but it was that. There was the rogue.
yes,
There was a
as
potential.
well.
So when we were discussing about what class it could be,
Being sus.
We had a long discussion
We had a
as
long
to
discussion.
how can I explain this?
so basically there was this discussion whether the choice was between 3 classes, right? There was the Alchemist, which was finally chosen, an Arcane Trickster,
Okay.
which obviously fits the narrative to a certain extent, but obviously the way you wanted to portray your character felt a little bit out of
Yeah.
place. And then there was a potential Warlock. Okay, so obviously as a Warlock, I was like, yes, Warlock, please, I want to love Warlocks, but then it wouldn't have fit the narrative that Tanya wanted to play.
Okay.
So we settled on the Alchemist, and first we settled on an Artificer with multiple options. That would have the
Yes.
subclass a little bit open. But I think you focused immediately on the Alchemist. I think you went through the book out, the material, and
I
you
went
chose
through the
Alchemist
manual and then I
immediately.
read like, oh, okay, this makes so much
Yeah.
more sense for who she is,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it's like clicked.
Yeah, and obviously like alchemy plays right into my like academic background, like personal academic background. So not alchemy as such, just chemistry. But
chemistry.
like I'm familiar with the
Liquid.
terminology, so you can kind of obviously embellish that story.
No,
as
but
well.
it's like it's very interesting because it obviously the artificer can come up with like different items to support the party in different ways, but the alchemist truly I feel like is the one that gives a lot of different kind of support.
Yeah.
Like through like the potion, even the fact that they're at the first levels you can choose
Yeah,
like
they're
the random elixir, but
Yeah.
still there's always boons. Like in a way,
Yeah.
it's creative to use them. So
Yeah, yeah.
I've been loving it so far. It's very
And
fun.
honestly, it's been lovely to watch all 4 of you actually play and interact together and use your various characters, like the various trump cards for every character that you have. You're all using your abilities the way
Yes.
you should. It's not becoming boring at all. Like one of my fears as a DM is always like the players taking a bit of a step back, being a little bit hesitant, but no, you're jumping into it, you're doing your shit,
No.
you're brewing your potions, you're handing out your potions, which is great.
Yeah.
Rather than hoarding them all for yourself. No, I think as a party,
I think that's one of
Yeah.
2 kinds of artificers, because there are artificers. There are just 2 kinds of artificers really. There are the ones that they use all the items that they get to build themselves up,
Yeah.
or there are the ones that give out all the items they have
Yeah.
to the rest of the party.
I'm generous.
which I think for a potion maker, for an alchemist, for someone, it makes total sense.
Secretly, you're all
'Cause-
my guinea pigs.
Yes, you're just testing your
Secretly,
alchemical.
Arcana
kidding.
nanobots in the potions.
Exactly. You're just.
So, what are you feeling right now? Dizzy, lightheaded?
Okay. The subject is feeling.
Testing. That's good.
Well, I'm glad I didn't drink any of the potions so far.
Subject turned darker.
I got
red.
one. I never drink it.
You don't trust me?
I don't trust
It
nobody.
tasted
I don't
like
trust
strawberry.
nobody.
I made it taste like strawberry
That
specifically
is
for
perfect.
you.
Listen. Defiance, just like me, he fucking hates strawberries.
But you're red like one.
Yeah, that's why. That's why he doesn't like it.
I'm gonna start calling him strawberry. Watch
Oh
me.
my
Watch
God.
me.
So amazing. Okay, so you settled on the alchemist class, and you told us why you
Yes.
settled on the alchemist.
By the way,
and
can I
artificer.
say something that is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be controversial, but I know people are going to hate me. When you chose the alchemy, so the alchemist is mechanically
Yeah.
way weaker than any other artificer. When
Yep.
I heard that she chose the alchemist, I was like, why? Of all the
It
artificers.
makes sense.
But no, exactly. I love characters that make sense, like choosing a specific thing for a character that is not the optimal choice because it makes sense for your story is always the best choice you can make.
And again,
because
out of my comfort zone.
yes,
Because that's what you usually do, you know, as a player and somewhat experienced as well, you know they're going to be squishy immediately. So you try to, like, you know, boost yourself as much as you can. Over here it was like, it's not important. It doesn't matter. It's the story that I want to portray.
Exactly.
So I'm going to go with what makes sense.
No, and in fact, a couple of days ago I was telling the specific of my character to my brother. And as soon as he heard Bard Warlock, the first thing he said, okay, so you're fighting with charisma, blah, blah. Like, no, I didn't choose Pact of the Blade. I'm not a swords bard. Like, I'm an eloquence bard.
He's like, who are you?
What?
What did you do with my brother?
It's like, okay, but why? And I'm like, because this is the story I want to say. Okay, but you could have done this and it would have been better. Like, yeah, but that's not the story I want to tell.
Exactly.
It's like, but you could have done this. You're not understanding. It's not the story I want to tell. So yeah, I completely understand and it completely makes sense because, first of all, in the context of a party of 4, not choosing the best subclass in one of the classes, it matters nothing.
Yeah.
Because you're still part of a unit that works together, and for as long as that unit works, it doesn't matter if you work on your own, and if on your own you are the mechanically strongest. It matters not.
That's a beautiful rhetorical message.
I think it's actually very true. And also I think that while there are some subclasses which are better than others, I don't think there's any subclass which is just outright bad.
Yeah, otherwise it wouldn't even be
or at least which would be of hindrance to your party. Because even as a basic, like the actual raw classes on their own.
The raw class is very good. The raw class is
and the Artificer is very good on its own.
Don't get me wrong, there are certain classes and certain subclasses that are bad, that are like detrimental, not in the Artificer. Because the base Artificer, because the base Artificer is a really strong class. So whatever subclass you choose, there are some that are broken. Like there are two that gets Fireball, and you can get your item with 10 charges of Fireball,
with this guy,
and that's broken.
That is.
But apart from the 2 broken ones, the others are all good because they are building on top of the Artificer. There is a very solid class. So there isn't really a wrong answer there.
No, I also
there is an answer that is too good compared to the others.
More optimal.
Yes, no, but also it feels like how it will work within your party. You know,
exactly.
like it's important to build a party that it's stable, because otherwise it doesn't really make sense. But it's also important that you know that you're going to be sustained, even though you're not necessarily in the best class or the best.
So that's a very good view to have when you're building the party. Like, as in, obviously, when you're trying into a campaign. The way we did it, however, we did the complete opposite. You guys had no idea what the other players were going to play. Obviously, you were the first one because you had it ready since November. Sorry, but I think next was you, then Bernard, and Michelle, who chose one after the other. And I didn't guide anyone towards choose this or choose this.
And it just fit.
And I mean, to be fair, you've got 4 classes that all 4 of them can heal.
Yes.
You've got
you also got 4 spellcasters.
You got 4 spellcasters.
Which is really good.
And you've got 1, let's call her a bruiser rather than a tank, because she's not really a tank.
I mean, she's tanking a lot of damage.
Because she's up close and personal, she's a paladin, but like she's not like a defensive, sword and shield kind of paladin. You know, she's great sword, up in your face, a bruiser kind of character. You know, but it's working really well, and obviously then it comes down to the DM, obviously, to create a balanced experience for you guys to play as well. Like, it's having 4 complete, 4 rogues in a party. You can still tell a story, but
you're telling Hastings.
Bunch of gremlins.
You're playing Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 4, Puddles 4. Okay.
So are we gonna do a heist again?
Yes. Actually, there is a whole book.
We played it.
We played one of them.
Yes, it was actually fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was very fun.
What's it called? Keys to the Golden Vault. Something like that. Which I think is a great concept for a one shot.
And that's
like I wouldn't run the entire thing. Like there are other anthologies of adventures which work as a unified story. Like you can use
Candlekeep, I believe.
Candlekeep
Yeah.
works very well as a unified story, which I am DMing. As a unified story, like the various one shot as a continuing story. The Yawning Portal works
Yeah.
very well as well.
Dungeons of the Mad Mage you could probably do as a one shot, like per level, and then still continue.
Dungeon of the Mad Mage
Because
is
it's a dungeon
technically
crawler.
like a unified campaign. It's
Yeah.
not a series of one shot.
Yeah, but you
it's
can-
just a mega dungeon that keeps
Yeah, but
going
it's in
down.
level, so you could.
And there is also the other one that you have of the genie.
The Radiant Citadel.
The Radiant Citadel also work as a number. Like you can extract those one shots to play them
Oh
singularly.
yeah, sorry.
Or
And Madonna.
staircase something.
Staircase of. It's there.
Like the genie one. Yeah,
Yeah,
there
the
is a
genie one,
genie
yeah.
Just
on the.
throw an eye, it's over
yes.
here.
Infinite Staircase. Tales from the. Tales of the. It's behind the.
Where it's behind the thing.
Yeah, Tales from the Infinite Staircase or something.
Something like that. Yes.
Hi Jade, by the way.
Hi, Jane.
And hi John.
Hi,
John is here.
John.
We have a little bit of a. We have one audience member. One audience member today.
He's also Dungeon Master. so-
Yeah. He's also at the
He
end.
actually, John was the one who DM'd this one particular
Keys
one-shot
of the,
heist. Yeah,
Golden
Keys from the
Vault.
Golden Vault, and it
Nice.
was Jade, Tanya, your mom. I
Yes,
believe,
my mom
and-
wanted
and,
to try play D&D.
Okay.
and
Cool.
myself, and it was. Honestly, we had a lot of fun.
Yes, yes.
There was one particular moment which was a little bit hilarious. Like, so we had to steal this item, and this item was Ascension, so it was talking to us. But the owner of this item was sleeping in bed, so we kind of like snuck up, knocked him out, tied him, and bound him, kind of. And then this item that we were stealing, he was like, "Okay, so if you try to take me away, I'm gonna start shouting." I'm like, "And do what? Like call your master?" Yes. Your master
It was
started.
like, gone,
Run.
gone. And we just covered it, and you're like, let's go, let's
Leg
go.
it.
Just leave it there. Leave him there.
No, it was fun. It was a fun one shot, and it didn't take that long, to be honest. I think it was like what,
No.
three hours, I think.
I get less than 3 hours. I
Yeah,
think.
something like that.
Something
So it was like nice contained adventure.
Yeah, that's.
You know, where
I think
played
it
the player.
works. What?
I played a player.
You played?
I was a player.
Wow.
I played.
Wow.
I played.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
I can't remember what I played.
Actually, we were just talking about this, that we have more projects in the future that we would like to
Oh yes.
we would like to talk about, but we're not going to talk about it anymore, in which we can tell you that Kurt might be playing instead of DMing. That's the only thing we can say.
Hallelujah.
So yes, for once we're gonna remove him from behind the GM screen, which, by the way, until now you still haven't seen him behind the GM screen, but usually he's always behind the GM screen.
That's how we see him. We perceive
That's
him.
how
as
we
There's
see him,
always
yes,
something in
yes.
front of him
And,
covering the face.
speaking of GM screens, actually, tomorrow I'm on leave. Like literally tomorrow, I'm on leave, and I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break, crafting day.
You're gonna
I'm probably
work
gonna
on
build.
the-
I'm
on
probably
the
gonna build a
GM
new
screen.
DM screen. Yeah.
Nice.
But we'll see. That is the
this
plan.
guy needs a holiday from a holiday.
Don't we all?
But so going back, I don't even remember why we started talking about these campaigns and stuff.
Because
I think it was just about character party compositions or something. I can't
Party
remember.
no,
composition.
you
Yes.
said you already had a character, like a alternative character.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
a
but that was
backup
way
character.
before.
That,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
was,
Pep has like 60 characters prepared on
yeah,
that.
yeah.
like-
No, but now I have one, because I know I have spoken with you about
Yeah.
one, but now I don't know if I'm 100% convinced about that one.
Is it the one you wanted to play in the other campaign with the OGs?
No, that one.
Okay.
That
'Cause there
one-
were two options there
That
as
one,
well.
that one that I played with the OGs, it's actually kinda. It's like somewhere near Bernard's character,
Okay, okay.
because he's an elf as well. He's a druid, Circle of the Stars as well.
Yeah, I remember something.
But my
of
character
sort,
was
yeah.
a multi-class
Obviously, yeah.
cleric, Twilight Domain, and Circle of the Stars.
So
druid.
you were the whole cosmos,
Was
basically.
fucking.
Was anything from the ground up.
Was, was really good. But no, actually, it's a completely different thing. But
I can't remember then.
we should. I haven't told you.
Ah, okay. I thought you discussed it with me.
No,
Sorry,
no,
sorry.
no. The one I discussed with you was because my initial backup character for Defiance, because I didn't know in the beginning if he liked the idea of Defiance.
Okay.
When I proposed Defiance for the first time, I was like, I don't know if Kurt is gonna be okay with this. First of all, because it was gonna be heavily multi-classed.
I mean, but you would have see that coming, no? As in, like,
Yeah, obviously, like the multi-class, I was expecting it
Yeah.
from Pepe, definitely. Like, no, I
It's your
would have been worried.
trademark.
Like, if you came to me, like, you know what, I'm going to play straight up for, okay, what the fuck are you up to?
Who are you?
Who
And
are
where is
you?
Pepe? What did you do to Pepe?
Like, what are you going to do next?
No, because
Pineapple on
obviously
pizza?
Defiance is a big multi-class. Like he has a bunch of levels in one class and a bunch of level. He's gonna have a bunch of level in one class, a bunch of level in the other one.
you're gonna be a fruit salad. It's okay.
Kind of, kind of.
We like
With two
Macedonia. It's
flavors. But do you have a backup character if something happens to Lugii?
I actually do. It like literally dawned on me. I have a character that I've been cosplaying for like years now. It's literally one of my trademarks on my TikTok account. The thing is, I know like most of the story. I build the whole like lore, and there's like even like a story arcs going on, and there's a love interest. Like there's a whole story about him, and I never played him. Never played him in my life. I have the character sheet, so it's ready to go. He's a ranger,
we know
multi-classing rogue. So
Well, Ranger Rogue is a winner. Ranger
deadly,
Rogue is a winner. Yeah?
deadly,
He's a
and
winner.
so charismatic. I'm like, yes.
Ranger Rogue is a winner.
I love them.
Don't get me started about Ranger Rogue because it's the only way. It's the only way to play the Ranger and Rogue.
Which, by the way, can we all agree? Back in like 3.5 D&D, the ranger was like, I don't want to say useless, but it was one of
Yes.
those classes that
Useless, but
you would have to have a specific background story going on in the campaign for it to actually shine with it.
you also had to. You had. This is true for many classes in 3.5.
Sure, but
you
I
had
feel
to
like-
build the character very well.
Yes, and the ranger was like so
yeah, the ranger
hard.
was not easy to.
So it
build.
was one of those classes that you never pick. But then in 5th edition, OP. We can argue about this.
Up to
but,
level,
like,
up
if
to
you
level
multi-
5 ranger is very OP.
Exactly.
From level 6 onwards is
So kind of
nothing.
early.
There's nothing coming out of it
I
after
don't
level
know.
6.
I don't know. For me, it was revolutionary.
But no, yeah, up to level 5, the ranger is one of like especially if you do in 5.5, if you do a dual wielding ranger, from level 1 to level 5 is insane. Like at level 5,
Yeah.
you do 4 attacks
I know.
at level 5.
Yeah.
It's like it's insane. If you put under marks on
That's
it,
damage on each of them, yeah.
you're doing 2d6. Let's say a scimitar and a short sword, you're doing 2d6 plus your dexterity per attack 4 times, which means at level 5 you're killing anything.
Yeah, of course.
If you
Okay,
hit with
so
4 attacks,
let
you're
me
hitting
take notes
everything.
for me to update
Everything. Yeah.
the character sheet.
Absolutely. There is. I have a ranger in my party. She's level 4 now, and she's a Tabaxi ranger.
I love them.
On top of that, she's a hunter ranger, which adds another d8 when a creature, another d8 of damage on top of whatever she does.
Love it.
When a monster is below maximum HP. So she does 1d6 plus 1d6 plus 1d8. And she does 3 attacks already. She's level 4.
Apex Predator.
Yeah, she's an apex predator.
Amazing.
Yeah.
She's a tabaxi, but she's a fucking savage.
She's a unit.
Tabaxi.
Saber-tooth
Yes.
tabaxi, yeah.
She dies a lot, because obviously everybody targets her, because she's
Yeah,
I
of
mean,
course.
she
I mean,
throws herself into a bunch of enemies, and she kills. First round, she downs 3 of them.
But that's a cat.
Everybody else is attacking her. Yes, everybody is attacking her.
so this actually brought something to mind. Like as a DM, I want to ask you, how do you prioritize on targeting like enemies? Like if you are controlling the enemies, how do you prioritize on targets?
Okay.
Apart from the fact, like if it is someone who obviously if it's a wizard, they would have reason.
Yes.
If they're, yeah.
It depends from player's action. For example, I'll give you an example that we go back to Lugii.
Yeah.
In the first battle we had, which we will see next week, Lugii's move
Yeah.
did a completely 360
Of the actual
on the fight.
Yeah, of the whole battle. Yeah.
Because what she did, which we cannot say, was a very clutch move. Was a very simple move.
Yeah.
Very clean, but it definitely
Yeah.
directed the battle. Like the moment she cast that spell, and I saw it was a spell. The moment she cast that spell, and I saw everyone failing the saving throw, I was like, "We're done here. Like,
We're good.
we're good. Like we're okay. Like now, even if we slip a little bit, we can manage this." So it's obvious that at that point, maybe not all the enemy would realize, but the most intelligent enemies, it made sense that they went for her.
Yeah.
Because obviously intelligent enemies, they recognize certain
Threats, yeah.
abilities, they recognize threats, they recognize who is the most dangerous person on the battlefield.
Yeah.
So they would obviously use tactics. Also
Yeah.
because the monster that we were fighting, they were pretty skilled monsters, skilled fighters, let's
Yeah.
say. Especially the main one,
Yes,
not the one
yes,
that
yes.
was outside, the one that
The
was
main would
inside.
have been the one controlling, of course,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
So obviously in that case, targeting her would have made a lot of sense. But in general, depends from the monster. Because if it's a wild animal, or if it's like a hot yug, if it's like one of these bestial monstrosities that usually don't shine incredibly in wisdom or intelligence.
I mean, they act
They
on
would
instinct.
attack.
Yeah,
they act on
exactly.
instinct, so they would attack probably the biggest
Or the
creature,
closest.
or the closest, or the weakest. If they see someone that is particularly small or particularly frail, they would go probably for the weakest and then run away. But also, and there is an entire book written on that. I'm trying to remember the title, but it's basically describes the tactics for every
I think
monster
I know what the one you're talking
that it's
about.
in the
smart,
monster manual.
smart monsters or something like that.
Hey, like the monsters know what they're doing. Or
Something like that. I remember this.
Which
I
is a
remember this.
book that was written by I don't wanna lie. I think was I don't remember, the name is escaping me. Guy something, like he's a very famous. He's like the lazy DM on YouTube. And he wrote this book, which is basically tactics for every monster in the monster manual.
It's cool.
Which makes sense because there are certain monsters that are very skilled at fighting,
Yeah.
like goblins and kobolds.
Yeah,
Don't
they
get
can.
me
They
just-
are a
started.
real threat if you know how to use them, because they are incredibly organized. They are
Yes.
literal military units.
If there's more than 10, you need
You're
to
fucked, you're
yes,
fucked,
you need
you're
to be
fucked.
very
Yeah,
careful
you need
on
to
what
get
you
out.
do.
You need to get out of them.
Yes.
Especially kobolds, because kobolds they have pack tactics and stuff. Like if you get more than 4 or 5 of them, and obviously those are like those kind of monster that you throw at players at level 1 or level 2
Yeah.
as an easy fight. But if you actually implement all the tactics that they have, unfortunately not built into the monster,
No,
but built
kind of
into
in-
their story,
lore, yeah.
into
Their
their lore.
culture, yes.
They are incredibly skillful. They
that's
don't
what I
fight.
was going to say.
Like,
Yeah, in fact, I was going to say, like, these monsters are typically not outright described in terms of tactics in the
Yeah.
monster manual, but they would be inferred if you actually took the
Yes.
time to read through
Yes.
their
If you read
their
through the
lore.
description
Yes,
and
yes,
their
yes,
lore.
it's
the
true.
origin, and how they
goblins and
develop.
Yeah.
kobolds,
I
but
like to
even orcs, even like
Orcs,
there is a lot like hobgoblins and
Yeah,
bugbears,
yeah.
like tribes
They have a
of
hierarchy, yeah,
goblinoids.
yeah,
They do.
They are dangerous as fuck. Dangerous as fuck.
I like using an aggro system, we call it. Basically, it depends. Like, for example, if there is an let's call it an unreasonable monster attacking someone, and someone else healed him, it depends, obviously. But like, if it can target the healer because it's seeing that it's kind of like taking over, it's denying him its prey, denying him its target. It could be the one that deals the most damage to it, that kind of grabs its attention, kind of retaliation kind of thing. It depends also, as we're saying, on the monster. But yeah, I mean, I've been wanting to ask you for a very long time, because like it's one of those things. And to be honest, like in the past couple of episodes, we haven't had the opportunity to sit down and actually talk D&D.
Yes,
You
it's
know,
true.
for the past 4 or 5 episodes now.
I think a little bit more.
Yeah, what episode number is this?
This is number 18.
Damn, is it 18?
Yes.
No, 17 is one with Michelle.
Bernard is number 16.
16, Michelle 17,
Michelle
and
17,
18.
and this one is.
Congratulations, we're an adult.
18.
Yay, we're legal.
We are
Go
of
to
age.
prison.
Of age. So, okay, I want to go back on Lugii again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we diverted, but obviously
That's gonna happen a lot with
there
me.
is
It's
it's
just
gonna
me.
happen a lot with both of us.
you
as well.
watched
Like,
that?
it happens all the time.
Happened immediately with Bernard and with Much and
Yes,
with anyone.
with
man.
anyone, we just jump on different
It's the vibe.
cards. So Lugii, it's an artificer.
Yes.
She is an alchemist artificer, which so far has shown parts of who she is and also who she portrays to be, like in the sense like we know
What are you trying to say?
in the sense that she's working on some stuff that we don't know what it is.
Yes.
I think you
Like
all are.
we've seen but we have literally seen her
Yeah.
like doing potions that we don't know what they are.
As players, yes. As characters,
Exactly.
no.
As-
You've seen her just take a potion.
As characters, we saw
character.
her in the last one.
Yeah, make crafting potions, yes.
Yes.
In general, but she crafted those potions that she gave to you guys.
She didn't craft the other ones as
No.
well.
No, not
okay,
last- not
okay.
last
So
one.
as just
No,
as
that-
players,
That
we
was
saw
done
it.
in
Okay.
privacy.
Yes. As a
Because
player,
I remember,
you would know. Yes.
I remember it was done in privacy in the first episode that we had.
Yes.
Yes.
And I
When
think
we
that
were,
was
like,
the
in
only
the
time it
crypt.
was done.
Yeah. Because then she had enough, like, shots.
Didn't you do it another time?
No.
No, only once.
No.
Ah, okay. So maybe I confused it with the regular potion from the
I
alchemist.
make potions basically every time that we play. I make potions, but that one instance, this particular recipe that she made enough to stop making it for a while. As in,
for a
like, I
few-
don't need to refill it for now.
It was for like 10 days or so.
Also,
something or
I wrote down in my notes.
I cannot.
I wrote down in my notes that she's an elf
Yeah.
and she does not have dark vision.
Yes. Are you discriminating me?
Sus.
So here's the thing.
Sus.
I love it when people do this, and I love it when Pepe over things into something like this
Exactly.
because it's playing right against his experience of Dungeons and Dragons. So he can't get over the fact that the manifestation of her night vision is a goggles rather than in it to her, like to her species.
Clearly.
And I'm loving it because
Clearly.
No,
it's the perfect.
okay. What
it's
I'm
the
trying,
one item
but
I
it's the-
started with.
what I'm trying to understand is like, did you choose the goggles of dark vision as your item as an artificer?
That you cannot tell because that would give you information on her character. I'll
Yeah.
leave you
That is
for
true.
it. And all their characters are privatized, so
Yeah,
they
private.
can't see
We don't know
each
each
other's
other's character sheet.
and on purpose. Also, that is
No,
also,
which I'm very glad because that
Yeah.
removes any temptation
Yes.
from us to go
Yes, yes.
peek.
I made sure to go into each of your character sheets and tick private myself to make sure that
Yeah.
it's not done. So that's one thing. And like secondly, I love it when there's like this kind of like, oh, I'm trying to read between the lines kind of thing.
Literally.
Because just behind the screen, I'm just taking notes of what you're saying to use them in the
Literally,
future.
it's like we all have night vision. It's like I don't, but I have my goggles. Immediately, everyone like fire alarm. I'm
yeah,
like, what
the
did I
exclamation
say?
mark from Metal Gear Solid kind of thing. Amazing.
I mean,
Because
you
that's
could
because
look into it, but
that's a suspicious thing
is it?
to. Yes, of course. So I come from the experience of being the kind of player that plays, and I'm talking about myself. Like I played for an entire 3-level one-shot a character that was a changeling, and nobody knew. Everybody thought I was a half-elf, because obviously my aspect of changeling was never shown until. Also, I was not only a changeling. I was also a Hexblade Warlock,
Okay.
so I had Mask of Many Faces.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I could not only change my form biologically, I could also change my appearance magically.
Yeah.
So whenever I changed into something, people always thought it was my Mask of Many Faces. Only the DM knew that I was changing as a changeling. So when in the last session, we went back to the main hub that we had where we were given the mission, and the let's say the mission giver, the quest giver, actually asked me to reveal my true form, and I dropped my disguise and I showed them the true form of the changeling. Everyone was like. So it was fun. So obviously coming from that, I'm like, what is she? Is she really an elf? Is she?
But that's the thing. We're not in Faerun. We're in
No, yeah,
Yukabai,
exactly.
So
Yeah, but I
there's
know
many different things.
how the elves of Yukabai works as well. So
Well, I mean, mechanically,
Mechanically.
only because we have to. But you know how I am. Like, if she came to me and she said, "Listen, I want to play a Daredevil kind of character, blind with tremor sense," I would have said yes.
Yeah, there you go.
like we played the Shadarkai, that was just
Yeah.
an elf that went through, the emo puberty.
Yeah, you know. So Tanya came to me. It's like, I want to play an elf.
But it's fun. No, it's fun. To me,
And
it's
for
fun
these
to,
reasons, no
to do
dark
the.
Dark
Listen,
vision. Go.
I am the same person that at the LARP made up the
Oh
entire
my
fucking thing of the
God.
tarots.
That was one of the funniest things that
Like-
ever happened to me as a player. So,
So
Can I explain this real
Yes.
quick? So, to give context,
Yes.
during the Echoes of Destiny Bleeding Fate episode 2, I was tasked to come up with like some tarot cards because it was fun. Like literally, Jason came to me and said, "Hey, would it be cool if maybe we had, the bard Maria have this thing where she can give like tarot readings to pass time because obviously." In the game, there's downtime, and so the bard cannot always sing.
By the way, let's say hi to Maria because she watches our episode.
Hi,
She was watching
Maria.
actually last week Bernard's episode.
Hi Maria, we miss
a
you.
little bit later than the live, but she told me, I'm watching Bernard.
Yeah, and so we're like, okay, she's gonna have these cards. Just do like the major ones, the major arcana, because there was no time to make 78 cards. So I was like, okay, I have enough cards to depict the whole cast and some, major themes
Extras.
like, the Wild Hunt and the Witcher
Yeah.
Trials. And so, purely out of taste, like my own perspective on how I read tarot and how I like to depict them, I gave each and every suit of the major arcana a character. And Beppe started a whole chain of theories, not even the Illuminati, not even the game theorists, it's just a theory. And it started explaining like a whole lore that to this day I don't know if it's actually true or not, because I'm not given that privilege of knowing the story.
I've been told by both Myron and
it
Jason
was not there.
that it was not there in the. I don't know if now it has become.
That's
Like,
the thing,
if
I
it's
don't
something
know.
that I've manifested,
That's the thing,
it has become true.
I
But they
don't
told
know.
me in the beginning there was nothing behind
they
the
just,
tarot.
They
It was
just told me
for
like
fun.
put the cards into place
Yes.
and that's it. There was nothing, and he came into the game to my character explaining all this theory that just makes sense just because I depicted one character
Yeah.
in one card, and I'm like, what have I done?
But you
It's
gotta,
all on you.
but you gotta be honest. Did it make sense or not? Because Jade was there as well.
That's
Did
the
it
thing.
make perfect sense or not?
It was made for it.
that's the
Literally.
thing. It's
Not
like
just one little detail.
It was.
And with the consequences that were going on at the time, because that's the
It
thing.
was-
Like, there was the actual plot going on with that character.
and it fit into like that
slotted
moment.
in.
So perfectly with the tarot reading that was done to Bernard, which by the way, we have manifested Bernard's character
Yeah, well, I didn't
the
even
LARP.
know.
because he's an elf, he's a spellcaster, and stars. And stars.
Guys, you found out I use
You know?
magic. I'm a sorceress. Sorry. No, that was
So yeah,
amazing.
Bernard's character was is pretty much, which we said already in his episode in the interview we did with him, his character from the D&D game and his character from the LARP, they're nothing
Completely
alike.
separate,
Completely
yes,
different
yes.
personalities.
Yes.
Because the character from the LARP is a bitch.
Yeah.
He's a bitch.
Yes, on purpose.
He's a pain in the ass. Meanwhile, his character in the campaign is actually a pretty
Bit of a
pretty
lesser
nice guy.
bitch.
Yeah, a bit of a lesser.
Like
I
from
li-
your
I-
0.2, bit of a lesser bitch.
Likable bitch.
Yeah.
But to be fair, like I'm seeing the transition in characters already. Like I'm seeing like Bernard's character getting a little bit kind of like softer, more like as part of the team, and even Defiance to a certain extent also. Like he still has his own personality.
Yeah, but we're growing to
starting
each
to
other,
grow
you
into
know.
each other a little bit, and I like doing it.
It's
I like
cute.
seeing that. I think yesterday's episode was amazing. The one we did
I think that in episode 3, Defiance started feeling a little bit of compassion
Yeah.
for Lugii
Yeah.
because he saw that she was struggling a lot, and obviously as a person who has struggled extremely in his life, he can easily
Relate.
empathize,
Yeah.
easily relate to that. So he tried to comfort her as much as he could in a shitty situation in which we were.
Lugii really appreciated that because she does not necessarily understand emotions. She understands why something would happen, but not necessarily how to process it, as in how to respond to it. She can try and imagine, but it's more like, I don't know how to move forward, therefore I will panic. Like literally, she was panicking at one point. And the fact that someone was there for her, like gave her a sense that it's like, okay, I'm not as alone and in danger as I thought I was, which was very precious to her. So that whole moment was like very important.
I think it was a very beautiful moment, especially in contrast with how he's feeling with Reyna and Porvandir. Because meanwhile in the beginning he trusted Porvandir much more because he has spent a lot more time with Porvandir. He realizes that Porvandir is kind of behaving in a way that that he associates with these people that immediately treats him in a certain way, which is Reyna. Because Reyna, without even realizing, she's just being whatever inhabitant of Trintar when they meet Defiance. Immediately distrustful, immediately questioning everything about him.
I'm just gonna like quote this little thing. It's like Defiance at one point was like fed up at Reyna, and I just Lugii was into the conversation and couldn't understand like, so what's wrong with how Defiance looks? And he goes, well, a lot of people from Trintar, they are all like this, and Lugii goes, wearing armor.
Yeah, that's how Lugii is unaware of
That's like
her surroundings, of social clues.
Perfect cameo of her, like that's
No, I think Lugii is a very interesting addition to this party, because I feel this party can be, in general, I think any party would have had some sort of attrition. But there are certain characters in this party which are made to have attrition with each other. Like Defiance is made to have attrition with anyone. Apart from someone that is completely friction with anyone, unless it's someone like Lugii that is like, I don't care about anything.
She's clueless about. She doesn't understand. So
there's no influence. There's no social influence of how things are and that thing. But it's interesting. Also, Tanya was the very first player of the Ringland Chronicles. Huh?
yes.
We started the first 0.1 with Lugii.
Oh my
That's
god.
true. That's true. And she also had her first, the first cold open of the campaign.
And the first cold open of the campaign.
first cold open
correct.
of the
That's going to be
campaign.
next week. You're going to see what that was.
So I ask, whenever I do roleplay and whatever, I always have the same request. Break me. Emotions, break that. Like, give me trauma, because that's how I feel alive. I know. And so I said, can I have emotional damage? And Kurt said, say no more.
Emotional damage.
It's all consensual.
No, yesterday was a perfect example. Like yesterday, it was like, I need emotional damage.
I'm very
in
sorry.
session 3, there was some emotional damage. I was immune to the emotional damage of yesterday.
Yeah.
Everybody else was heavily.
I was about
feeling,
to shed a tear. I had eyes filled with
saw
water.
Bernard's
I felt
eyes
Bernard.
tear up.
So I
Bernard
started
was
crying.
Even Jade.
Yeah, like Jade was starting to cry. I started crying. Bernard looked at me and he started crying. And then I turned to you and I'm like, what the heck?
And again,
Also-
I think Michelle played very well the paladin yesterday. I don't think, I don't know obviously her backstory, because we are still in the very beginning. We don't know much about each other. But she played the quintessential paladin in the sense of like, this is the lesser evil. We're gonna choose to, because I think as a paladin sometimes you have to make those very difficult choices of saying there is this and this, and we will have to go for whatever is the best
The best outcome.
terrible, not
The greater good.
The
greater
righteous.
good.
yes,
You'll say it twice.
which I think yesterday it made a lot of sense for her to behave the way she was behaving, because she was affected by the stuff that was happening. Because Defiance couldn't give a, honestly, I think he couldn't give a shit about what was happening. Like he was like, I want to survive. I want to
There
live.
was a point where even Defiance said, "Hey, hold up, just hold up a bit."
But once he got he got the grasp of the situation, it's like, okay, I'm okay with this.
Maybe this is bigger than me.
But that was interesting. But that you will see in about 3 or 4 weeks. So you were the first character to play the Ringland Chronicles. You were the first player I DM'd for this campaign. You were the first cold open. But you were also the last player to join the crew.
That is
in
true.
terms of the players.
That is
Though to be fair, she was also one of our first choices, but at the time you were still living in Italy.
Yeah, about that.
You were one of our first choices, in fact. There were a lot of people that we considered, of course. Like we had a certain not list of criteria, but like wanted people who had a certain presence on front of a camera. We wanted people who had like maybe a performance background or maybe like cosplay, that brings a certain confidence to it.
Like familiarity with roleplay.
Yeah, exactly.
And also people who lived in Malta, and at
Definitely,
that time you were not matching that criteria.
Surprise!
But
yeah,
then-
it surprised me as well. I was like, well, you know what? Time for a change. And
But then fortunately, yes,
Yeah,
because
luckily,
Tanya, like me, is part of a minority here. We are part of the minority of Epigeeks. We are both Italians. We are both from the south.
Pasta,
Exactly.
Well, when you think about it, we've got 3 out of 10 Italians in the Epigeeks.
Yeah, that's
I think in
true.
terms of like diversity,
3
I
out
think
of
we're
10.
hitting the marks.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And to be fair, like we have a very good distribution, like like unintentionally.
But, 30% Italians.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we have like an unintentional like diversity among our people, like between like male and female, between like any kind of like
are
demographic you can.
We are inclusive.
You can think of. It was-
Yes, very inclusive.
I think ultimately this also points to the fact that we started all of this by looking at who our friends are and say, okay, let's get all our friends together.
Yes, yes.
Isn't that the point?
Nepotism.
Play
To
with
be
your
honest,
friends.
yes, we've got fortunately
very
we've got
lucky.
very creative friends. We got friends that are interested in the same interests that we do. We have a lot of hobbies in common.
This community is amazing. Like
Yes.
there's a lot of like talented people with like different hobbies and interests and how they portray themselves, and just there's a lot of like people who have a lot of potential for the
Yeah.
entertainment area, which is honestly it's refreshing.
Yeah.
It's very refreshing to see.
So I want to ask like a little bit beyond the campaign and beyond the Epigeeks. I don't know whether you have anything. in
D&D
particular.
Beyond. Not sponsor us.
Not sponsored yet, but please do.
Sponsor us. Sponsor us.
Please.
So we let's say how we met. Like we met you as a cosplayer judge,
Yes.
right? So yeah, do you know the story actually? Do you know how we met Tanya?
When she was a judge for the
She was a judge for
com-
PlayCon. It was the first
At the cosplay competition.
The first cosplay competition that PlayCon
Yeah.
did. Yes.
Back in 2023.
Yeah,
Wow.
2023.
Wow.
Yeah.
We were young. And,
No, we weren't. I was already old.
My back was already hurting. But yeah, and kind of we got to know each other, and then obviously you started dating John and everything, and obviously you became part of the shall we say the local community.
So let's say I was abducted consensually
Consensually adopted.
from the Maltese community.
Yeah. So how did you start cosplaying as such? Like what?
Oh boy.
Because I know that takes you back a little bit, but this is a very common thread in a lot of people in our audience,
Yeah.
and myself and Jade,
So-
so how did it start?
Here's the thing. I cannot never like truly answer this question in a way that makes sense, because my thought process is it never really started, it was always there. Because you
Okay.
have to imagine, when I was a kid, from the very earliest memories I can remember, when you used to go to your parents' closet and you wear their jackets
Yes.
and maybe your mother's coat and her high heels, and then your father's tie and shoes, and you make up characters in front of the mirror. That was me. So that was literally me coming up with characters already.
So it was always like inherent to your
It
to your
was
persona.
always
yeah.
there. It was always there. And in my family, there's a lot of people who used to do like acting. My mom, for example, she's like a theater kid formerly, and she used to do like parties where we would dress up. We would do like this thing in my family where my mom loves cooking, and she would do like, ethnical cuisine. We would do like Indian, we would do like Chinese, and we try to maybe, match the vibe. We would adorn the house and maybe dress appropriately to the culture. So it was always something that was there,
Okay.
dressing up. And then, growing with video games and with comic books and, these like movies like Lord of the Rings and everything, when the internet finally came into everyone's house, I learned that there is actually a name to it. It's like, no,
Which is cosplay.
it's a thing. It's
It's
a
a
thing.
thing,
It
yeah.
has a name, and it's called cosplay. And so I thought, oh, okay, so I'm a cosplayer. And I think I made this realization when I was like 14-ish, I want to say.
Okay.
So it's been a long time that I've been cosplaying, and I've been to my first ever convention back then, and I found out that there was people, adults doing it. It's like, oh my God. And I want to say this in a respectful way, but back then it wasn't cool.
Yeah, we were actually having a discussion about this just yesterday.
It was back when it wasn't cool, so it
Yeah.
was very of a niche. you know? So
Listen, actually, we were having, as Kurt said, we were having this conversation yesterday. We want to say hi to our friends at Malta Pop.
John.
We were guests at Malta Pop, and we were talking about exactly how uncool it was to be a nerd 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
I'm gonna say it plain. I was bullied at school.
Yeah, we were
for
we
like
were
reading
all-
comics. you
I
know,
was not
during-
bullied just because I was already this big.
Yeah.
So,
I couldn't
like
say the same.
when I was in middle school,
Yeah.
terza media for us, I was
Yeah.
already this tall.
Yeah, yeah.
So nobody could bully me. Like
Yeah, no.
physically, they couldn't bully me, but
I wish I
Okay.
could say the same. I stay like this since I've been like 15.
I've been like this since 11.
so
But that's the thing, like back then it wasn't cool, play D&D
Not
and
at all.
cosplaying, going to conventions. It was like, hey, you nerd, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So I've always seen it as my way of escaping. It's like escapism. And that's why, a lot of people do it. But truly it was more as in like, yes, I want to escape, but I also want to like know myself. It's a weird
Yeah.
way of saying it, but it's like, why am I drawn to this character?
Yeah.
Why do I
Yes.
like this specific design? Why do I feel like I'm more confident when I dress like this? Like
what does it say about me?
Exactly.
yeah,
like
yeah.
growing up, you start having these conversations with yourself, and inevitably, it was more like a way to express myself truly than just hiding myself in
yeah.
it. So it just became a part of me. Like I feel like it never. That's why I say, I don't know when I started because it was always there. But I started calling it cosplay when I was 15.
And you have continued cosplaying until very recently.
Yes.
I think last year, 2 years.
So
2 years ago.
effectively, I've taken a break from doing it like socially, as in like on social media and events. But I always like to dress
But
up.
quite
I mean,
recently,
Yes,
you
yes.
have decided to take a little bit of a break.
I took because we're
But-
burned out.
We're all tired. We are adults. We have jobs.
Yeah.
We have jobs beyond this, unfortunately. So help us make this our job. Go to our Patreon.
Please.
So you have. I don't want to say made a career out of this, but you could have.
And
Like
I consider it my career for now a couple years. Yes, I made a living by being a content creator and professional cosplayer. I was lucky enough. I want to say because it's not easy.
When do you feel you had the realization of saying, okay, this can actually be my career?
So I want to take you back to 2022, where we were still fresh out of the. No, I want to say 2021 because we were still somewhat recovering from COVID. So I started like going on social media and doing it like religiously as a way of just passing time when we were stuck in the house, during 2020.
Yeah.
And back then, obviously, there were no ways to advertise for games or so because there were no events to attend to, there were no conventions to go to, so it was very hard. And in 21, I actually got my first email for my first job, paid job, from this agency that was coming forward for Magic the Gathering.
Okay.
So I started with MTG cards, basically. And at first I thought it was spam. And I was like, there's no way
of
that they're
course.
doing this with cosplayers. Like, whoever gave a shit about this. But then they insisted in like, hey, would you really like to join this? And I said, okay, let's give it a go. And I got paid for my first gig, which was literally like dressing up in one of the cards that you get in one of those packs. You get the packs. And they were like, hey, yeah, this was actually nice. Like, we will be in contact because we have like more expansions coming up. We will, start include you more. So I was like, oh wait, this is how they do
This is a
it.
thing.
People
This is a
actually want
thing.
me to
Yeah.
work with them for
exactly,
this. Okay.
because back then
That's pretty
there
cool.
was a lot of requests for online content. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said,
Yes.
you know what, I'm gonna keep doing this just because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna try and maybe perfect how my camera looks, how my shots are, my costumes, how I portray myself online, and then it became gradually like, okay. I was unemployed at the time, and it was very hard, still today, to find a proper job in Italy. So I said, you know what, I'm going to invest my time into it. And one thing after another, it's like more like pass the word to other agencies and other agencies,
course.
and it became something that could sustain me for a couple of years.
I mean,
So
that's pretty cool. That's
it was. I consider myself very lucky to have experienced this kind of like
Well,
career point.
obviously, you say very lucky, but also like you have to take merits for how good the cosplay looks
Yes.
and how much
Yes.
effort you put into it.
I will
and-
say yes. I mean, for me, it's 50-50. You need to have a good
Yeah.
quality in order to portray a good product, but you also have
you
to
have
have
to be in the right place in the right moment and
exactly,
meet the right people.
or the right
and-
algorithm, you
yeah.
know.
Listen, there's always an element of serendipity in the
Exactly.
sense,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
sometimes you just have to,
You just
the
have to-
stars need to align.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, they wouldn't have aligned if there was no inherent skill or talent behind it as
Yes,
well. Like, I mean,
that's
this goes for everything. Like,
Yeah.
it just won't happen on its own.
Yeah,
You know,
true.
that's what we're trying to say.
Which one would you say is your favorite cosplay you have ever made?
Oh boy.
If you have to pick just one.
Just
Just
one.
Just one.
I don't even know how many I did. Wait.
Hard-hitting questions.
Only
Oh
hard-hitting
my
questions here on session 1.
God. That's a hard one.
Yeah, that's what
That's
she
a very
said.
hard one.
That's what she
So
said.
I have I have a lot of ones that are like beloved because they mean a lot as a character.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
exactly. Like
whatever. I have
it
a
has
lot.
to be your favorite, not because it's the better looking. It may be your first one because it's your first one, or
No, we don't talk about that one.
yeah. Let's say about like your favorite for whatever is your reason for it to be your favorite.
So I want to say, and this is gonna be like very specific, my Viera cosplay from Final
Okay.
Fantasy XIV. So
Okay.
the thought process behind it is big Final Fantasy fan. Okay, ever since I was a kid. But specifically, I love the Viera race into the Final Fantasy lore. And ever since I found out them about as a kid, I was like, tall bunny lady. Ooh, I want to be one of the, it's like tall looking like a bunny. Like, yeah, checks out. And then I just said, you know what? I got into playing Final Fantasy XIV, and they released this one class that, first of all, it was a Viera, finally. They
Yeah.
put them into the game. And then it was a dancer.
Oh, yeah.
So they had all these like beautiful, like almost like flamenco
Yeah.
/ belly dance, like kind of
Yeah.
inspired outfit that I loved. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do everything from scratch. So it was one of the few costumes that I literally took everything into me to just say, I'm not going to commission the sewing part. I'm
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
do
yeah.
it myself. I'm not
So
going to
you
commission the
didn't-
props.
You did it entirely yourself.
Yes,
Yeah,
like
okay.
entirely. I didn't do all of my costume as in like I like to commission other people to it or maybe buy when I can. But for some, I said, you know what? I want to pour my soul
Yeah.
and blood into it. There's some scabs of coming from hot glue probably
but-
to it, but
Scars of craftsmanship.
that's
we call
the
them.
part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it has also like one of the best memories because we went to do like photo shoots with
Yeah.
friends, and it was summer. It was very fun, and then. Final Fantasy XIV at the time, like they noticed it on Twitter and they reposted. It was like, it was like very, yes,
Cool
it was
shit.
very cool
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, Final Fantasy XIV is one of those, like, I think timeless MMORPGs.
Yes.
I mean, you know how I play World of Warcraft, but I also play Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh.
Like, I've started replaying it again recently.
I wish
an
I
hour
had the
or so.
money to keep the subscription
But
going.
yeah, I mean, and that's one thing. But yeah, as you're saying, like the VRs are really cool. Like, I grew up playing like Game Boy Advanced, and at the time there was the Final Fantasy Tactics
Yes,
Advanced.
yes,
And
one of
that-
the best Final Fantasy mentioned.
And I actually started playing the second one on the DS.
Oh, everyone
Like in
hates
bed,
that
like
one.
I don't like it as much, but
I
the first
love
one was
it.
the best one. First
I
one I
lo-
loved it.
I-
Like Vieras and Bangas to me are the best ones.
The best, absolutely best.
Vieras had the snipers, which were amazing.
I know.
And the Bangas had the dragoons, which are my favorite class. I
No,
love dragoons.
Jump.
Jump, yeah, boom. But yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy is another topic which we've never actually delved before. into
Shame,
before, but-
shame.
Best Final Fantasy ever is Final Fantasy X. Fight me.
I cannot show you right now. I have a tattoo about it over here.
Really?
It's in my back.
I love
Literally.
Listen, anything will be better than what was it, 12?
No.
There was one which was really, really bad.
No,
I actually
come
have I
on.
have the box for it, like it was
Listen.
Xbox 360 times.
Listen,
Can't
play-
remember.
play-
It was
Wow.
12.
That was a long time ago.
Play Zodiac Age, the kind of remaster of the 12. They actually made it better. Trust
Okay,
me.
fair
The
enough.
gambit, the whole system.
play Final
Now it
Fantasy.
makes sense.
Okay, fair
Back
enough.
back then it was a headache. I will
Yeah.
give you that.
But I remember playing the very old Final Fantasies.
Yeah, me too.
Like on because
On
in
PlayStation 1.
Yes.
Even before that.
It was on
Before
the
PlayStation
on the
1,
on the
yeah.
SNES. I
on
think.
the NES.
On the
The
NES,
NES,
Jesus.
Yes.
Was it no SNES? They started on the SNES, not on the NES. But it wasn't the full release. Like it wasn't from 1 till 6, for example, which was
Yeah.
released in EU.
Yeah.
Like in Japan, they were all released, but in EU it was like, and in America it was, I believe, like only 3 of them were released, and like
I remember you
it
couldn't.
was the whole.
You couldn't
chronological
find.
fuck.
You couldn't find the 1, 2, 3. You can find from 4 and forward, and then they started releasing them for
But then
Europe as well.
there was like a naming issue with like
People
anything
were
they
old.
named.
So
We're
yeah,
very
so
old.
Yeah,
Final
the-
Fantasy 2 is not actually 2.
Two,
is
yeah.
is 1, but it's.
It was this whole thing that for some reason they
Yeah,
thought
it's
was
the
clever.
same thing that they did with D&D, basically. They did D&D, then AD&D, then second edition. It's like, but AD&D is already the second edition. Why there is a second edition? They did third edition, they did 3.5, and then they did nothing. Then they did fifth edition.
There was like a gap. in
Because
timeline.
it feels like you're doing more than you're actually doing.
Yeah, actually,
it's marketing.
Yeah. And then there is like, oh yeah, but there is the red box, and that is
Yeah.
like D&D 1, and then there is the red box for AD&D. It's like, so that is D&D 2.5.
To be fair, we had the
They love to do
0.1s,
the-
we had the 0.2s. Like that's how we filled up our
Well,
schedules as
I
well.
mean,
it's a marketing.
it's a whole,
marketing
it's a whole
tactic,
thing.
yes.
Okay.
It's a marketing tactic back
Also,
from the 70s.
now that we know, you also have worked with Wizards of the Coast for
Yeah.
Magic. Well,
Not-
Hasbro. I still Wizard of the Coast.
Wizards
Though.
of
Magic
the
the Gathering
Coast,
is
yeah.
still Magic Wizard of the Coast. Can we ask, please? We know that you watch our podcast. Can we ask why? What is 2 years into 5th edition 2024? You decided to call it 5.5. Why it took you 2 years to understand that was
To be fair,
just 5.5?
to be fair, it's been it was so it's called the D&D 5th edition 2024,
Yes.
but was released in 2025.
Make it make sense.
Mm.
What
It
are we
was
doing?
delayed. Remember we used to talk about
America,
Yes.
explain what Arkansas, not Arkansas. It's the same thing if you think about it.
why is it not Arkansas?
There's actually, I know why. I looked into it.
Why
It's
measuring?
French.
Why measuring in gallons? Like, come on, man. Come on.
Come on, metric or nothing. Though to be fair, trying to play Dungeons and Dragons in metric is insane.
It's
Please
insane.
no.
I used to, in Italy we play it in meters.
Please no.
It's insane.
In Italy we play it. We play it in
do, we
meters.
do,
We do
yeah.
1.5 meters, 3 meters,
Can we just
4.5 meters, 6 meters.
can you just tell me how many
That's
squares?
insane. Yeah, that's
just how
insane.
many squares? That's all I
Actually,
need
it's
to
so
know.
much easier to count the squares of the battle map
Yeah,
in
of
feet.
course. Of course,
It's
because
all
it's five.
multiples of 5. So you go 5, 10, 15.
Yeah.
And I played for a little bit with a group of my friends, with some members of my original D&D group. We played 5th edition, and the DM, which is a great DM, but is a bit stuck in the past. He wanted everything in meters. I'm not gonna do that. I have all my books in English.
Yeah.
All my spells are in English. I'm gonna use feet.
Yeah.
If you want to count in meters, you're very welcome to do so. I'm going to use feet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it can be very
It's true.
confusing.
I mean, it's look metric over imperial system all the way.
All the way. But in
All the
D&D,
way,
so
but
much
yeah,
easier.
D&D is
So
just
much
so
easier.
much easier.
When you have to move by squares, why not counting?
Yeah.
Why counting 1.5 and not 5?
To be fair,
5,
it's
10, 15.
arbitrary because ultimately, like we say, a 1 inch square
exactly.
is 5 feet.
Exactly.
But that's just arbitrary.
Yeah, you
know?
could say- you could say
10
you move-
centimeters by 10 is 5 feet. It's just all relative.
As long as you agree, you can say you move 6 squares.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Without even the need
Yeah.
for metrics or imperial.
You can be measured.
How do you say it? Imperial?
Imperial.
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 Okay, imperial.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
yes.
I understand the use for it in like crafting and that sort of thing. Like in woodworking, imperial measures like an inch, 2 inches is a much more tactile, like visible unit. You know, when it comes to something like something in smaller detail, like maybe machining or that sort of thing, when you need precise measurements, metric is the best.
That's
But
John
even
with
when-
sewing. He uses inches instead
Yeah,
of centimeters.
Even for leatherworking,
Yeah.
I like to use inches in certain cases because it's a nice, unit. So if you have like an inch overhang, it's about this much. You know, if you say 1 centimeter, it's 1. Okay, so you need 2, like
1.5.
yeah, 1.5. Like you know, so it's a nice round number.
Yeah, but height is a nightmare.
height is a nice.
Height is insane.
We don't talk about height with me.
Like,
Because it's
No,
going
listen.
to be always short anyway.
yeah, but so I'm 188 centimeters,
Okay.
which is in feet is 6.2,
Yes.
6'2".
Yeah.
I'm 155 centimeters, which is 5.1.
I have no idea.
I
I
d-
just
yeah,
know
yeah,
that I
yeah,
am
yeah.
6'2".
What was it?
That's the only thing I know.
155?
So divided by 3.
It's 5'2".
5'2"?
Yeah.
5'2".
Wait,
Jade is
Wait,
saying
it sounds
5'2".
like I'm taller.
Because you're 5'2".
Okay, wait a minute.
Because Jade is 5'2". But no, what I'm saying is like 189 and 190 is also 6'2".
Yeah, because it hasn't. Yeah.
Like, excuse me?
So it tells us that
Excuse me?
it's not the size that matters, how you measure it.
It's-
So
exactly.
keep in
And
mind.
from where? And I think that brings us to a very good conclusion to our episode.
Let's go.
So okay, before we get to the conclusion,
Yes.
I have
The
usual traditional
Yes.
question that we ask all our guests.
Which I don't know how to answer still.
So if you had to choose a D&D class to adopt in real life, or if you have to imagine yourself being a D&D class, what class would you pick? What class you are, and which one would you like to be?
Literally, I prepared myself for this question. I still don't know how to answer that because
Nice.
here's the thing.
We do not care. We
Yeah,
want
exactly.
an answer.
We can close it. Bye.
We
Bye.
want an answer. Anyway.
So, I would like to say, truly, sorcerer.
Cool.
And it's because I don't like to involve myself directly in the battle thing. So it's like, I will help you from down here.
Okay.
But magic itself, like learning how to do magic, can mean different things. It can be destructive, it can be helpful, it can be nurturing, it could be
Chaotic.
chaotic. It's like, it's how you use magic that you can shape the world around you. And I like to think that myself, that it's like translates to my creativity. Through my creativity, my
It's your
magic,
magic.
Yeah.
I can shape the world around me, and I can support who I want to support and destroy who I have to. No.
Valid points.
But you know, that's that kind of thing. It's like,
I think
believe
it's a very
that
good
you
question.
have
I think
magic.
it's a very good answer to the
yeah.
question. So that is both who you see yourself being and who you would like to be, or you would like to be a
Yes.
different class.
No, I think it's who I would like to be and who I still want to become. And on that, fireball.
Well, I think that was an excellent answer to an okay question.
So I prepared it for nothing. Okay.
The answer was better than the
The
question.
answer was way better than the question, to be honest. But no,
Yeah.
it makes a lot of sense. I think I agree with you. You have something of
I'm a small,
sorcery.
small witch.
Sorcery. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorcery.
Well, I mean, so thank you so much, Tanya, for joining us.
Thank you for
on this
joining us.
podcast.
Not
And
at
our
all.
and our rambles.
Yeah, my pleasure.
It's our
Honestly.
insanity. Obviously, we have to thank all our patrons who.
Thank you,
obviously-
patrons.
Thank you, patrons, for supporting us and for supporting our shenanigans, really and truly.
Yes.
Like anyone from the New Geek, Super Geek, Mega Geek, and Epigeek, of course. So we'd like to support our podcast and our campaign, which is starting next week. Go ahead.
I am too old. I do
Yeah,
this.
they
I do
try
this.
to blend with
They
the new.
they do this now. They do
Oh,
this.
God.
They do this.
Wait, there's
They do this.
Wait.
I'm getting chills.
They do this. I still do this. So I'm millennial. Yes, I'm millennial.
Millennial. Yesterday, I felt like a fucking millennial, man. But then I went to a
Yesterday,
cafeteria
yes.
with my Mac and I was typing. I felt like such a fucking millennial while I was waiting for the podcast.
Hello, we are two white men on a podcast.
Yeah, I mean, come on, yeah.
You can get more millennial than that.
Yeah, and
That's
with that,
like the middle life crisis, but like in the 30s. Let's go.
it's a third life crisis. Thank you.
What are you talking about? I want to get to 90. No, thank you. No, thank you.
I will. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Thank you again. So, as always, thank you again to our patrons and the usual stuff like subscribe.
We're
blah, blah, blah.
gonna have all the social media for Tanya in the description. As always, if you wanna check her out, go on Instagram, go on TikTok, go on
That's it.
everywhere.
Everywhere.
It has been a pleasure. Go check our Patreon, like, subscribe, leave a comment, say hi, send it to your nana.
Send it to your
We
nana.
forgot
We
to say it.
forgot
We forgot to say it
Nana.
in Bernard's episode.
Well, in the last one we did. But anyway, so we'll see you next time, and as always, keep being geeks.
Be an Epigeek.